Hey guys, welcome back. So yesterday I released a video on Wireshark with the new version of Chia. Now, it wasn't anything specific to 1.82. It was just me messing around trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And since I got so much positive feedback, I decided to do a follow-up video to this. And you guys are going to probably find this one really interesting because it's going to blow your mind. And it has to still do with Wireshark, and I'm learning more about it as I'm diving deeper. I find it to be even more interesting, not just in traffic in general, but kind of like with Chia's traffic specifically. So let's go over some of the details. So today's Wireshark video is going to be this, right? I'm going to show you, this is just Geo IP of all the locations that are going to be hitting your host, your farmers, your harvester, whatever you have facing out to the internet, trying, participating in this blockchain. You're going to see where these IPs are coming from and where they're hitting you from. All right. So, you could probably see it in the GUI, which I'm not going to even show you guys, like, who it's connecting to and what IP address. But using Wireshark will probably demonstrate it and, it will probably illustrate it a lot better than what the Chia GUI or if you did it in the command line. I'm not even sure if the command line allows that, but let me just go over this really quick. Where are we right now with Chia? Where is my website? Where is the browser? All right, that's, you don't want that. You want this. All right, the browser. Chia's price is $34.02. That's something I've been always talking about, but my goodness, wow, what happened in a single day? Something's going on, right? But we're not focused about the price right now. We're focused about traffic activity with Chia, because as it grows in popularity, right, it's going to affect how many people are going to try to attempt to scam, compromise, and find all ways and avenues to get into your farmer, right? So you got to protect yourself. And how can you protect yourself without knowing what the hell is going on? So anyway, let's pull up my Wireshark. It's still running right now, but let me just do this really quick. I'm just gonna scroll down because as you scroll up, the good thing is that it doesn't keep on flushing up because you already you're focusing on a line item, and you do not want to stop the capture. So a lot of people were asking me like, oh, how do you get to this point where you're capturing the packets, right? So you could do that, and if you scroll back all the way down, which is right here, if you guys could see that, you'll notice that it'll continue on doing its thing. Now, I do have my wallet running right now. So you are going to see these 844s popping up. But one cool thing I want to show you is the Geo IP. And I learned this yesterday. I was like, holy cow. Now, not only do I have to I could stay within Wireshark to figure out where all these activities are coming from. I don't have to actually take each IP and go to another website and figure out like where the hell is this and what IP is this. Just out of curiosity. Not saying any one of these are potential threats. Actually, I'll take that back up. Any one of these can be potential threats, and you can't put your whole heart on your sleeve and say, okay, I trust you, I trust you, I trust you. But anyway, all right. So where am I getting at? Wireshark has a feature called Geo IP. The name obviously says it all, right? Geographically identifying your IPs and where they're coming from. Very, very crucial. That's it goes for any organization that wants to know, like, why is someone from all the way in Germany accessing our database server, especially when no one's there. We don't know anyone that traveled there, and we just have no idea why that exists. And of course, like, why is China looking at our, actually, no, I'll take that back. If you have a public website, and whether you're a retail or anything like that, and you have someone from all around the world, including China, looking at it, that's kind of normal, right? You put your website out there. It's called the World Wide Web for a reason. So, but in regards to Chia, it's going to be people around the whole world, right? We're going to pull up the map of Chia later. But in the meantime, before we get to that point, and I want to start doing comparisons, is let's get into Wireshark and how we could do the Geo IP. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is pull up this website, and this website is gonna be called right here. This is where the price is, and then it's called MaxMind. All right, and this is where you download the static databases right here of the Geo IP. You can actually sign up and do a paid subscription, but the databases that they have here is pretty up to date. You see this right here, 2023 June 30th. This was the last time this was updated. So that's the ASNs. These are the cities, and these are the countries. We need to download 3 databases, and from my understanding, you do not want the SCV formats because they're too cumbersome, right? You want the databases. These are actual database files. All right, so what I did was I downloaded the right here, download the gzip file of this database. And I'm not going to click it again because I already downloaded it. And download the gzip file of the GeoLight city. All right, so I'm going through the steps right now. And then you want to download the gzip of the GeoLight to country. All right, so once you have all that, I should have it here. So where is my downloads? Okay. All right. So once you have that, you're going to get these 3 files. All right. Now, if I go into any one of these files, and it pulled up a WinRAR on a separate window. All right. Let me minimize this. This is one of the files, one out of the 3, right? And you have this GeoLight. What you're going to do next is extract this file, including this database, which is most crucial. I don't care about the text files. You could read all that if you want. This is the file that I want. So ultimately, after you do that for the 3 RAR files or the gzip files, sorry, you're going to put them into a single folder. All right. And then my single folder was this. This is the single folder that I created called Wireshark Geo IP. I only extracted the database files. Right, so these are the 3 database files that I was literally just telling you to download the gzips, and then you're gonna extract it off. I keep hearing an alarm. Hold on. Oh, that is my alarm. All right, got rid of that. So after you have that, you're gonna go into Wireshark, and Wireshark is right here. So there's gonna be 2 ways of doing this. I believe on the Mac, which probably most of you guys are not on. I'm just assuming. I don't know. It's going to be a little different from where the configuration for the PC side is. On the PC side, is you go to Edit, you go to Preferences, and then you go to Name Resolution. Now, what I like to do is select. Actually, no. What? Let me just stop right there. So when I go to View, right, I go to Name Resolution here. I like to check these off. Resolve network addresses, resolve transport addresses. So what it tries to do as its best attempt is take any IP addresses and start giving you names. So if I click that, you can see the names start populating. You see this port 3060? That's my machine. Any other IP addresses here are external IP addresses that it cannot resolve. So what I like to do is check off everything I can to give me a name opposed to just numbers, right? So anyway, we're going back to Edit, Preferences, Name Resolution. You're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. You're going to see MaxMind. That was the website that we just downloaded the databases from. You're going to click on Edit. I have here, you're going to hit the plus, and then you're going to put in wherever you have your directory for your 3 databases. These 3 files. It's looking for these 3. It has to be together. Do not separate them into other subdirectories, because then you have to select it into that subdirectory. And if it doesn't see all 3 files together, you're not going to be able to resolve these geolocation IPs accurately. I don't know which portion that it'll look at, but it's not going to look at it, you know, persistently or whatever. It may not even work, actually. So just put the damn 3 files together. All right. I have that. Cool. Now I hit OK, right? Because you could look into all this, but I'm not focusing on any other name resolution criteria right now. So here you're going to see all these different IPs. Now I'm going to scroll up a little. I'm not stopping the packet. I do have my Chia wallet running. All right. And for some reason, it's been, I stopped it. Yes. Oh, you see that? It just finished syncing. I was going to say that, you know, I purposely stopped it yesterday from not syncing, and now it just completed because this thing was so out of date, it wasn't even funny. Version 1.5 till now. And I just recently did it. It was just a wallet anyway. So, okay, I scrolled up. I know I'm like jumping around. I'm probably confusing the crap out of you guys. And then you're going to be like, what the hell did you just do there? And then I'm going to end up doing another video. But, all right. You see this poor 3060? That's me. That is my host. This is the machine that I'm working out of right now because it's the poor investor. And my video card on this damn thing is a 3060. Can you tell me how crappy that is? No, I'm just kidding. 3060 is pretty awesome, actually. But not the TI. I wish I had the TI. All right, so you can see these, you know, Texas Instrument. Like, well, who the hell is? Why is it communicating back to my gateway? 1.1 coming back into 130. 130. I think that's my. You know what? Let me double check something really quick. 130 is probably my damn farmer. Or let's see. No, it's not. I don't know what that is right now. I'm not even gonna bother looking at that because that's not important right now. What I want to show you is the Geo IP stuff, right? Like, why is the poor investor taking so long to show? Well, I'm looking for the port 844. The reason, okay, let's just take one of these external IPs. It's very, very crucial that you need to find an external IP because when you find an external IP like this, right? I just highlighted one here. You're going to come down. All right, let me just collapse all this so I can start from fresh, right? Once you have a external IP selected, you're going to go to transmission control protocol, expand that, right? So drop it down and you're going to see all this information. Source port 8444. All right. So that's hitting my host right now, my wallet. That's where it was syncing. So why do we need this right now? Well, let me just scroll down a little more, right? We're going to look for something very specific. And once I see it, I'm going to point it out and you guys are going to be like, okay, I got it. So what I'm looking for is the country of this packet and where it's coming from. And I'm looking. Maybe Windows. Did I look at the wrong one? Let me just double check right here. No, it's not Internet Pro. It's definitely transmission. Next packet. All right, you know what? Let me find another one. Maybe I screwed up. Here. Let me see. Wow, that's a lot of one from 8117. Who is this guy? But don't worry, we will find out shortly who this person is, or get a better general idea where it's coming from. Wow, that's a lot of them. Hey guys, so I made a mistake. So what you want to do is look for an IP address, an external IP address, right? And you want to expand the internet protocol. I said earlier it wasn't internet protocol. It wasn't transmission control protocol. It was internet protocol version 4, whichever one, 4 or 6 that you're using right now. So you're going to look down here, right? And then you're going to start looking and look and keep looking until you see source Geo IP. You see this right here? This is an external IP address associated within the United States. Cloudflare net. All right, you're gonna right click on that and apply it as a column. It will show up here. So now you have a new column that sources your external IPs to an actual location. So here's what I'm gonna do, right? So I'm gonna keep on running this, right? And you guys are gonna start seeing a lot of transactions. What I did while I went on pause was I wanted to show you guys the difference between what is going on when there is no Chia activity, right? So this is clearly just my machine doing internet stuff things like browsing Chia price for today and browsing crypto bubble, which looks pretty interesting. Looks like a nicely lit Christmas tree. So lots mixture between red and green. Anyway, So what I'm going to do now is launch my Chia wallet. All right, so that's launching right here. And we're going to keep an eye out on the Wireshark. You can start seeing miscellaneous activities, right? Because I have that here. It's running. It's going to sync again. Oh, you saw all that black stuff? It's going to sync again. I'm going to show you something really cool. What's going to happen in between this time, all right? You see all these 844 traffic. Syncing is still happening because I stopped it, purposely stopped it. And then you're going to get all this. Randomness. What is, and it's not associating because that's your host or your actually, was that my host going back out to the internet? So you're not going to see any kind of name resolution with that. But Geo IP here, you see Staten Island, you see US, nothing too crazy right now. We're looking for more 844 stuff, right? If you really wanted to segment this into an isolated area where you're just running the Chia stuff, make sure there's no other services, internet browsers, other internet connected devices on the host that you're doing this, and you probably won't see as much nonsense going on as you do now. So we're looking at this. You see all these 844s, right? You see where it's coming from. Stockholm, Levin, I don't know, Levin, I don't know what that is. But anyway, we will find out shortly where all these areas, because it's going to look really cool to you guys. And since I'm going over time, so I'm going to leave this, keep on running, right? Come up to statistics, go to endpoints, go to IPv4. This is where all the traffic that's happening right now on your machine, okay? You got name resolution, IPv4, okay? So right here, you see this? You see all this? This is current activity on your host going to all these different countries, right? Why is it Amazon? Why is Amazon there? You got ChinaNet. You got, wow, all this Comcast, Videotron. You guys can like see all my activities all in one shot. But anyway, so let's backtrack again. You're going to go to statistics. Go to endpoints. Click on IPv4. This is your current activity. Click on map. Open in browser. I'm going to pull the browser over to you guys. All right. Now, I want to be clear. I am not running any type of VPN. So my traffic, my origin is not being redirected somewhere else. I'm not, no VPN software whatsoever. I'm not running any Tor browsers. So my browser activity is all contained within my single host. Coming out, my egress is my ISP provider's IP, and that's where I'm coming from. But the activity that's coming in and out of your host, because we have Chia running right now, right? Just the wallet. It's still running. Case in point here. We're going to open this up a little bit. And here you're going to start seeing best attempts of Wireshark's Geo IP because the databases are static. But as you can see, it was last updated June 30th. So let's just click on here, Australia, and there's 3 IPs here. You can actually click into these IPs here. You can click into these areas and start looking to see what it is that these things are where they're from actually. Now, I mean, what other information can you gather from all this? It's hard to say because Chia is connected on a blockchain, and this blockchain is going to illustrate that these IPs are coming from all over the place, right? So a lot of people are going to be speculating, why so many IPs coming from China? But it's not just China. You see, Ukraine, you have Australia. Look, you have all these areas. I'm learning more about geography than I ever did in my whole educational years, right? Because this is getting pretty important now. China Mobile Communication Group, packet 146. I believe going backwards, back to Wireshark, packet 146. You could start filtering. All right. So I'm not gonna. Oh, I tried. Packet 146. I'm not sure if that's the correct way to search a packet. It's probably not. It is probably not. Yeah. Oops. Just got rid of it. Oh, I put a filter in. So what happens, don't freak out, all right? Because if you put something in there, you're basically filtering it. And when it doesn't find anything, it's just going to show you nothing, which is, that's what it's supposed to do, show you nothing. But here, guys, you can see if you wanted to pinpoint something very specific, right? Let's just say Geo IP. You know what? I'm going to scroll up a little bit because there's a lot going on from the Stockholm. I mean, it's pretty consistent, right? You have this IP. You could do a lot of research on this. Whether it's practical or not, that's up to you. But if you were to just look into more of why this is happening, then you can. And this is basically the Wireshark, and running your Chia clients is going to show you what your activities look like. Here, this will probably be, again, here, see, it's pretty straightforward why these are connecting to where it says it is, right? Microsoft, you got Google. These are probably Google service for sure. You got Google, like, you know, websites, Amazon. What else we got? Yeah, so Amazon, it's going to go through a cluster of IP addresses, because not one website is going to be hosted off a single IP. It's going to be a cluster of IPs, and that's how you get this whole so many IPs for one particular domain. But that's not to say that any one of them couldn't be compromised, and that's what you're accessing. Redirected phishing sites, phishing emails, all that nasty stuff out there, right? So much more. So much more. So here, you know, random IPs flying around. Let's see, Finland. Wow, interesting. And see, but the you cannot take the browser. So Wireshark generated this browser from the Geo IP, but you can't go backwards. You can't come to the browser, look at these IPs, and say, okay, let me click on it and go back to Wireshark. It doesn't work that way. You actually have to, like, kind of copy it and bring it back over to wherever it is that you want to investigate the IPs that you're suspicious of, or you want to find out more about. And then, why am I connected to Finland? What the hell is going on over there? But as you can see, A444 constantly generating. This Chia client is just nonstop. It's constantly reaching out and trying to keep up to date, because that's what the whole purpose of a blockchain is that all this communication is hitting back to you and updating everyone else. So if everyone was to run this Wireshark while having the Chia client running, you would see the activities just constantly. It's nonstop, right? Because it has to keep up to date, especially if there's that many transactions, right? So where are these transactions coming from? People earning XCHs, people sending out XCHs, doing this clawback stuff, and you know, purchasing NFTs, and anything that has anything to do with the Chia XCH blockchain will generate even the smallest traffic of multiple IPs, because a sender, receiver, back and forth, right? So there you go. Hope this was educational. I thought this was pretty interesting. I will do more deep dives into this, something similar to this, if you guys find it interesting. I know a lot of feedback was, oh, Wireshark, what the hell is that? And this looked pretty interesting. Some questions came in and, like, how do you do this? How do you do that? So maybe I'll dive a little deeper into this. I don't know. Comment below. Let me know what you think of all this, all right? And remember to subscribe. Very important. Subscribe, all right? Thank you, guys, and I'll see you guys again really soon. Bye.